is making their move. Global corporate takeover. No more elections. Fraudulent machines in place. Documented completely. 100%. Militarized, brainwashed ogres on steroids in place. Nerve gas in place. Neutron weapons in place. Only a mass awakening can stop them, ladies and gentlemen. By studying the enemy's own documents, we understand their program. And we can defeat it now. But the gates are closing on humanity. Rush the gates. Open the gates so the people can flee this matrix. Got to be done now. Let's go back to Paul Watson. Paul, I'm not tooting our horn. I'm totally upset about this. I'm sick at my stomach every day. But I also have a good feeling in my heart and soul and intellect knowing we're going to beat this in the end with God's help. The people are finally waking up. What is happening in England? I know there's more runs on banks, people freaking out, things plunging. The private Bank of England, the Rothschild Bank, is grabbing up everything, basically. What's happening?
What's happening is an exact mirror of what's happening in America. It's a globally coordinated push for a centralization of power into fewer hands. That's what it's always been about. They create the problem, and now they're going to arrive with the solution, which is more power for themselves.
For those that just joined us, American Eagle's gone. The Mint saying no more gold. We told you, folks, 2 weeks ago that it was just the Buffaloes, but our internal sources said they couldn't get gold. I want to bring Ted Anderson. We're going to keep you in the next hour, Paul, only about 20 minutes. Ted Anderson, again, we're not even going to pitch gold to you right now. We're going to do that later. But Ted literally has gold at the prices it was Monday. I guess that's just a day ago or so. He has it $75. No. He just told me to bring $100 under what it is. Not only does he have the gold and the silver, he has it $100 under what it currently is. You try to buy it otherwise. We are in the prime position here because we understand the enemy profile, ladies and gentlemen. We're always a step ahead because we've analyzed the enemy. But I want to get into this as a broker, Ted. 30 years in the business. And having the sources worldwide to do this, but you told me this morning, you said you may not have gold in a few days. It's never happened. It's running out, and I've got all these big mines saying they're at maximum production. Others have been shut down because of environmental rules. Ted, what is going on?
Well, that's exactly what's going on right now. I'm talking to my dealers across the world, and I do business all over the place, and everybody is talking about how hard it is to find gold, to find enough supply to fill the demand. I'm really, really lucky to be connected as well as I am because I have gold, but a lot of my people, I've had another competitor just the other day call me up and he says, where are you getting the stuff from? I don't have anything. How can I get something? And that's their problem right now. It isn't the problem finding customers that want to buy it. Everybody's got that right now. Nobody, the biggest problem is having gold to sell. Now, by the way, Ted, you could come out and say, $950, $1,000 an ounce right now. You could easily do that, but you're not. You're not doing that. You are giving people the deal you set and the gold you secured. Yeah, it's more important that we get gold in people's hands right now than it is to try to make the big fat bucks right now. That's what the Wall Street people were doing with this mortgage thing. It's not about raping and looting. I tell you, right now people have to have gold in their hands. And when you're buying gold at this $900 level, what do we see? $920 so far today in gold spot. People need to have gold, and they need to have a lot of gold in their portfolios.
But not only is almost everybody else sold out, period. Ted has it close to $100. I guess more than $100. Less than it's currently trading for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, we're here covering history as it happens, and we happen to have been prepared for this. Are you going to be prepared?
And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Hour number 2 of Worldwide Transmission. Paul Joseph Watson's our guest in the next segment. Fox guarding the henhouse, ex-Goldman Sachs exec to oversee bailout. This is finally waking people out, just the sheer overboardness of it all. We're lucky to have the owner of this network being a 30-year gold and silver broker. and has some of the best connections in the world because he can confirm what the British papers, U.S. papers, German papers are reporting. I have it all here in front of me. There are lines in Germany, lines in Russia, lines in Japan. The gold is sold out in 98% of the areas. Most gold brokers can't get anything. Gold is selling at 10, 20, 30% premiums. And that's because the market is rigged. And here's the key. This is what I want to ask Ted Anderson about, and then we're going to Paul Watson. On CNBC and other channels, they're finally admitting some of the truth. Because they can't hide lines of people battering down doors, basically, to get gold and silver. The physical market has been on fire. It's getting very, very hard to buy 1 ounce gold coins in smaller bars. Most jewelry shops have been running out, so we have a supply problem, said Kenner. Kenner said on CNBC that there was a two-tier market in gold, the one on Wall Street where the bankers continue to gamble. And see, they've been betting on it low to keep it low. Now they're getting called on this. What are they going to do? And the physical market, which is red hot and demand is outstripping supply. I think we're going to get very close where we see the environment where the paper contracts on precious metals defaulting. Now, you know what that means, folks? That's a nuclear, as she says, nuclear bomb if that happens, and it's now happening. And with what we're going to get a massive price increase in the overall prices of precious metals, said Kenner. Also, where he predicted gold to go after the paper market broke down, Kenner said he expected gold to double in price in a very short period of time. It will spike quite fast, he added. If you had an oil rally from 65 to 140 in 9 months, I think it can double in gold in a much shorter period because the market is much, much smaller, Kenner said. That's Jörg Kenner, CEO of Swiss Asia Capital, told CNBC this morning that the flight from paper currencies as a result of global interest rate cuts will lead to a doubling in the price of gold within a short period as demand for physical precious metals outstrips supply, causing paper contracts on gold to default. Ted, we're already starting to see some defaults. Explain to people what a default is.
What a default is, it just means that somebody can't cover their margin calls. Usually you have to sell everything you have in order to cover that margin call, and when you don't have anything left, then you're defaulting on it. It means that you're...
Again, they've been selling gold vault reserves that didn't exist.
They do, and that just means there's nothing to cover. We have short sellers that are in the marketplace, meaning they don't have the gold, but they're still selling it. They're having to borrow it from the central banks to do this. That's where most of the gold that covers short sales comes from, and with the gold prices rising, the margin calls just kill these people that are trying to sell short and keep the market suppressed. But it's like a darn rubber band. It's like you said, holding a beach ball underwater. When that thing comes splashing up, people have these huge margin calls, and that's why the defaults, and that's just going to cause further calamity. But thank God we have the government going to bail these people out when they have problems. I tell you, there was a secret meeting held just last night, and all the central banks of the world, the G7, got together, and they all decided to slash interest rates.
And by the way, those are owned by private families.
Yep, the private families got together and they said, guess what, we're all going to lower the interest rates all at once, and that way not one currency is going to falter against another. Everybody's currency is going to fall at the same time.
That's why falling currency means milk goes up, gas goes up. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's called inflation. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what that is. Lowering the interest rates is going to drive people out of the paper currencies.
So not only are they going to have massive tens of trillions globally in, quote, funding themselves, stealing money, it's not a bailout, in a criminal vertical integration, but they're also going to lower rates, which they've now done, which further accelerates hyperinflation. I mean, Ted, this is the ultimate perfect storm.
It is. Why else would you have a $50 increase in just overnight from yesterday to today on the spot price of gold? That's because they've lowered the interest rates and they're devaluating currencies across the entire globe.
And Paul Watson cannot get gold in England. He can't get gold in England, and it's starting to happen here in the United States. We'll hear more from Paul Watson on the other side, and Ted Anderson. Stay with us.